and welcome back to another episode of the Muscle Whisperer with me, Kate Browne. In this episode, I'll be showing you a technique of how to work with the iliopsoas. So if you like these videos, please like, subscribe and leave any comments below. Okay, so I'm going to show you a technique to work with the iliopsoas. So the iliopsoas has two muscles. It's the psoas major and it's the iliacus. So the psoas major connects to the transverse processes of the lumbar vertebrae and comes through the body like an S bend, connecting to the lateral trochanter. And then the iliacus is connected to the inside of the pelvis in the iliac fossa, and then also connects to the lateral trochanter. So the technique I'm going to show you is called muscle energy technique. And first thing, we need to get the client into the right position. So I'm going to ask my client to come onto the diagonal a bit so that the leg that I'm going to work with, it comes off the table. Then to protect the lower back, I'm going to ask them to bring that other leg up to a bent position. I'm just going to make sure that they're draped well. So the leg that you're working with needs to be off the table so that they're getting a stretch and are able to move their leg in this position. So I'm actually just going to get you to shuffle a little bit further forwards. Yeah, great. So the knee is bent to protect the lower back. If this position is putting too much strain on the lower back, if it's pinching, then you want to just avoid doing this. So the way this is going to work is we're going to get the muscle fibres to fire up, and then once they've relaxed again, you have a little window of opportunity to increase the stretch through the muscle. So with the leg off the table, I'm going to use my hands one over the other, just above the knee, on this sort of fleshy part of the thigh. And I'm going to ask them to push up into my hands, which is then firing up some of the muscle fibres in the hip flexors in the psoas muscle. So I'm only going to ask them to use about 30% of their effort. So don't ask them to engage fully, because one, this is going to be really hard for you, and secondly, that's not really necessary. They just need to initiate that sort of firing in the muscles. So I'm going to place my hands one over the other on top of the thigh, and then I'm going to ask them to push up into my hands using about 30% of their effort. So Rich, when you're ready. And I'm just going to resist their contraction, and we're going to hold that for about 7 seconds and then release. And once they release, I'm just going to be able to stretch a little bit further. Now, Rich is really flexible in his hip flexors, so actually his foot is pretty much on the floor. But with most other people, you'll find that they don't have this degree of flexibility, and therefore you'll have a lot more to work with. But you can repeat this cycle about 3 times. So again, hands over the other, ask them to contract their hip flexors, about 30% of their effort, so just firing up the muscles, and then as they relax, we can just take that stretch a little bit deeper. And I'm just going to check in, is your lower back okay on this side?
Yep.
Yeah, great. So I just want to check that they're protected there, and that's okay. So even without using the muscle energy technique, which is asking them to contract the muscle, and then we're getting a little more stretch when they relax, you can just even let the legs stretch in this position. So this is going to stretch all the way through really nicely. But yeah, this is a really good technique and great for people with lower backache. Quite often iliopsoas is sort of forgotten about in lower back troubles, so working with these might actually get some relief as well. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, then please leave them in the comments and I'll answer them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed today's video, then please like, share and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you again soon.